Hello everyone, and welcome to my review on the completed Tokai 1991 Super Mario World plush set. So, this was a plush set that was released in Japan around 1991, which is about a year after, or maybe not even a full year after the game came out in Japan, as it was released, I believe, around November of 1990. And, yeah, so they did this set as a kind of a marketing thing for the game, or I believe it was either carnival prizes or UFO catchers, possibly. I mean, it could have been either. Haven't seen documentation towards either, but though, as most plushes at around this time period in Japan were UFO catcher prizes, I mean, it's safe to assume that, although, I don't know, typically it was like Banpresto and Tokai plushes. I mean, I know the Klinger set, which is a set they did about 2 years after this, 1993. Those were UFO catchers, as they had capsules that they came in. I mean, that's a pretty rare set, and I don't know when I'll ever complete that, or if I even will. But, yeah. Maybe I might make a documentation video on it, because I only have one plush from the set. I mean, it's very hard to get them, but that's another thing we can talk about another time, as the primary focus of today's video is the 1991 plush set Vic Tokai did for Super Mario World. So, well, we'll get started. So first, I want to show Mario. So this is a Cape Mario. I mean, it looks a little rough because I guess it's got some dust on him from sitting on the shelf. Might be able to brush that off, but yeah, he's not probably the greatest looking representation of Cape Mario, because, I mean, his face just looks like an explosion of fuzz, and, I mean, he's got these felt eyebrows, which look like they're on their way to come off, unfortunately. I mean, I got the same problem with, like, the Avanti plushes, as, like, one of the eyebrows is missing on one of my Avanti Marios, and yeah, I mean, he came like that, though I thought he got a solid deal on him, but, I mean, it turned out to be, like, an deal after, like, fees for the proxy I used and shipping and all came into effect. But, yeah, so, he's got plastic eyes, as you can see here. Not too much to say about them. I mean, just some kind of printing or some kind of factory method of making those together. Here's the M emblem. He's got like some kind of felt with the M, which is also felt glued onto that and glued onto the hat. So yeah, the cape looks like it was like they manufactured it and then wrapped these pieces around and glued them together or something. I don't know. Yeah, no threads appear to be present, so I presume it's glued. Glued on buttons, stitched together overalls. He's got his hands, he's kind of in a jumping pose, as you can see. He's got the left hand up, and his feet are kind of awkwardly out there. Yeah, I don't know why they do it. Now, unfortunately, the cape of mine's a little torn. I mean, maybe it might replace it someday, but I mean, this one's good enough. I don't think I really need to replace it unless I really feel like it. And yeah, I mean, that's about it for this guy. And I think he's missing the gold hang string, which there's some of the plushes I have it. I don't even know if they all came with it. I presume they all did. But yeah, that's Mario. Next, who I recently acquired, Yoshi. I like this Yoshi plush. I mean, he's got a nice size to him. I mean, compared to Mario, he's kind of a little big, but I mean, I guess it's scale enough that Mario could ride him technically. But I mean, yeah, that's that. And he's got his little scales, or I don't know, what do you call them? And his saddle. I mean, as I've discussed before in the Super Mario All-Stars plush set review, yeah, it was a saddle at this time, and it did not become a shell until later on, and I don't know why they changed it. But, I mean, it makes sense to be a saddle. I mean, Mario literally rides them. And, he's got some nostrils right here. Just some felt. This one looks like it's working its way off. I mean, that's kind of unfortunate with a lot of these Tokai plushes is they just like cheaply glued these on. I mean, quality wise, I definitely think they're subpar compared to Takara plushes and yeah, maybe even Van Presto too. I mean, maybe Van Prestos are like only like slightly better, but I mean, yeah, they're a little rough, but I mean, they have their own charm to them. Yeah, I mean, plastic eyes, that seems to be something Takara likes doing. Or no, Vic Tokai, I'm sorry. Gold hang string right here. He's got his little boots on. And I didn't show you the tush tag yet, I'm sorry about that. So, this set did not come with hang tags, as there are no documented examples, and there's plenty of these plushes out in circulation that if there was a hang tag for them, it would have definitely like shown up by now. But here it says Super Mario World in Japanese and copyright Nintendo. And right here, Vic Tokai, made in Korea. And to clarify to viewers, obviously that is the Republic of Korea and not the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. So, yeah. That's Yoshi for you. And, next up, we got Wiggler. He's not a very hard plush to find in the set, but is a bit hard to find with him completely intact because these eyes are just very, very prone to falling off. I mean, mine are literally about to fall off. I might need to see if I can do something about that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like, if I, like, messed around with this too much, I mean, I'm sure I would lose those eyes. Even the mouth's working its way off. Yeah, this seems to be, the flower seems to be pretty secure. And right here's the little spots. They literally look like someone just took an orange highlighter and just like drew them. And here are the little feet. I mean, this I feel like is really cheaply made. They just took little pieces of felt and yeah, they put the little, it's like a white kind of silky string thing. And yeah, so he's like that. I mean, he's a caterpillar. And yeah, this one has the like Nintendo proof mark sticker on it. If I can read that for you up close, that says Family Computer, Famicom, you know, the Japanese NES. And I do not know what that kanji is. I presume it's a part of the word tadashi, which means correct. So I mean, maybe it's a way to say it's authentic. And Nintendo underneath. So yeah, that's that. So next we got Monty Mole, I think, right? And that's him. He's got these little stringy whiskers. Pretty coarse material. Yeah, maybe kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's pretty coarse feeling. Felt eyes. Got this big stomach here. Here's these little like felt parts on his feet. These are just glued on. I could see them also working their way off eventually, but they seem to be pretty well glued on. I mean, there's more surface area than a lot of like the felt eyes. He's got these little felt claws, little like things on his hands. Turn him around. He's got a little tail and all. Yeah, pretty rough blush, but I like it. It's a nice blush. Next up, we have probably the most expensive one in the set, I'd say. I don't know if he's maybe can be a little hard to get in like nice condition, but yeah, he's out there if you want one. Here we have a charging Chuck. He's got his felt eyes and felt nostrils. Oh my god, I swear that's like the 15th time I've recorded a video and got a notification, but regardless, that's that on him. And we got little stickers on the plastic element. I mean, those star stickers definitely feel like they're working their way off as well. That's kind of a common theme with these Tokai plushes. It's like so like cheaply slapped together, they're just like all falling apart. I mean, these plushes are like 30 years old. I mean, Lord knows how many of them are going to look like at like 50, 60 years old. I mean, even like at 100, but I mean, at that point, I'm sure all of us are going to be gone by then, and that's not our problem. So, got this little string mouth here. Yeah, it's very odd. Little sewn in things, that's like his shell. Like the front of it, you know. Got the gloves and the sleeves and the boots and all. Turn him over. He's got this little, like, gray, bluish gray, dark grayish shell. And he's got the tag, and yeah, that's Charging Chuck for you. Probably my favorite in the set. Next up, we got Magic Koopa, or Kamek. He was always Kamek or Kamek in Japan, but yeah, so I'm just gonna call him Magic Koopa because I like the name better. So yeah, he's got these glasses on him, and he's got his little wand here, although mine's missing the little like red and green felt that went on top. I'll insert an image of that. Yeah, so he's got his hat right here. It's all dusty from being on a shelf for a while. No hang string on this one. Cloak. And then here's his body. It's a little naked. Yeah, I mean, I think you could slip this thing off completely, but I'm not gonna do that. But I mean, you buy one of these and you want a naked Magic Koopa, I mean, that's all you. I mean, you can decide what you want to do with your own plush. Although I will say that would be a little strange, but yeah, I mean, it's not my problem. Next up, we got Boo. He's incredibly dusty. If you're an OG on this channel, you remember when I did unboxing this guy like 7 years ago. Yeah, this channel's been around for quite a while and it's still extremely small, but to all of you who've been here since those days, thank you very much. Your continued viewership, I appreciate it, and yeah, just thank you for sticking around. So, that's his gold hang string on him. Here's his felt mouth, little bead eyes, felt eyebrows. Yeah, that's about him. Or about it. Yeah, I'm probably the worst, like, reviewer out there, but I don't care. I do this as sort of out of, like, passion or fun. I don't care about, like, views or money or anything. Just, this is here for the passionate collectors that want information on these. So, next we got Rip Van Fish. I also acquired him very recently. Yeah, I acquired him and Yoshi together, and that finished the set off for me. But, yeah, so, no gold hang string on this one. Friend I bought from was saying that the eyes looked like they were drawn on. I mean, maybe they were, but to me, They look like faded printing. I mean, I don't expect the printing to be that even because, like I said, Tokai, they just kind of like slap these things together as like cheaply and quickly as possible and send them out. But yeah, I mean they still did a decent enough job. He's got his little lips, and those are sewn on. Yeah, you remember I covered the Bam Preston one. I definitely think the Bam Preston one's a nicer plush, but the Victo Kai one's still pretty nice. Yeah, I just noticed I have no tush tag on this one either. That kind of sucks, but yeah, maybe I might get a better one someday. I don't know though. It's not like I care that much. Here's his tail and all. Looks like some kind of like iron-on thing or something for the stripes. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, pretty basic plush. Now we got Goomba. Yeah, it was just Goomba. I mean, I'm sure like some of the young kids in here who probably were first introduced to this guy from Super Mario 3D World were like, actually, that's Galumba. But I mean, it was Goomba until like that game came out. So I'm still gonna refer to it as Goomba because I review these things like I'm living in around the time the game came out. So, yeah, he's got the eyebrows, felt, plastic eyes, gold hang string, and he's got some little teeth right here. And, yeah, I mean, he's got the shoes, tush tag and all. I mean, he's just a Goomba. I mean, that's really it. And finally, we have Cape Koopa, or Super Koopa. I think he goes by a few names, but another one from the set I really like a lot. Because, I mean, there's just not many other Super Koopa plush out there. There's like I think the Galson keychain, if I said that right. Yeah, it comes in like a little bubble package, but yeah, I mean that's a keychain, not a like just a straight up plush. But yeah, this is straight up plush of him, and yeah, I mean one of my favorite enemies from the game. I just think he's a fun character. See, he's got nice little Koopa face, plastic eyes, same old thing. The felt nostrils. Here he's got like an undershirt on. I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, he's got like the yellow felt cape, similar to Mario's cape but smaller, and the blue shoes. And yeah, that's really it for this plush. I mean, all I need to know, like I've said, this isn't like the nicest, most quality plush set ever made. Like, I mean, if you compare them to like modern day Sine plushes, like, of course the Sine plushes are gonna have like 1,000 times better quality, but I mean, for enthusiast stuff like SNES era merchandise and people who love Super Mario World, this is still a great plush set. I mean, they all have their charm and just definitely like have a place in most people's collections. And they're still relatively somewhat of an affordable set out there. I mean, I recommend getting them if you find them for good prices. But other than that, though, I would like to thank you all for watching this review, and comment down below what's your favorite plush from the set, and I'd be curious to know, and why. And yeah, see you guys next time I decide to make a review.